This is gonna be a little spoiler warning for this video because I'll be talking about things about from early One Piece up to even to like Wano. So just a little spoiler warning. If you don't wanna be spoiled, don't watch this video. Thank you for your time. See ya. Enjoy the video.
占領道家のバギー、黒ひげティーチ、赤髪のシャンクス、そして麦わらのルフィ。
これが新しい皇帝たち、四皇だ。
Men, it's time to prepare the buggy bomb!
So the first Skimkins concept that comes to my mind is, while this version of Buggy isn't exactly an emperor yet, I think it's worthy putting in here because I think Buggy and Junkrat they have a lot in common. It's just like there, and Junkrat doesn't really get any skins, hasn't gotten a single collab skin yet either, and I think this one's perfect. I've seen a few artists make concepts of it. I'm not gonna use them here because I didn't ask, don't have permission. But I think it's a good fit. They're both like very chaotic, very explosive characters. They have very charismatic, very gag-like, but very synergize. They would work very well, and I think it's like if One Piece and Overwatch ever get a collab, this would be like one of the like nail in the coffin skins I think should happen and maybe would happen. My theme for this video, by the way, I should have mentioned it earlier, but I think it's pretty obvious, is Emperors of the Sea. Buggy does eventually, in recent like episodes and chapters, become an emperor. So that's kind of like this whole theme. And the reason why this is the theme is because I want certain characters to get skins, and Junkrat is one of them. Junkrat Buggy is one of them. He's one of my favorite characters. So yeah, I think this would be a good. They have a lot in common. Come on, it's just sitting there. Junkrat fans, rise up. That's me. I'm Junkrat fan. But yeah, that's just number one for this collab. This next section will focus on not my favorite emperor. I'm sure others like him more than me, but next one will focus on Shanks. Alright. For this section, like I mentioned before, this one will be focused on the emperor known as Red-Haired Shanks. I will preface before I get fully into it, I do think Zoro is a bigger fit for Genji than Shanks. They have more in common, but I think Shanks and Genji is also a good fit. They both have... Genji has both arms, unlike Shanks who only has one. But they're both swordsmen, they both only have the one sword. And they both have a similar menacing like aura around them. You could do I don't know, maybe you do like a cool like Aki-esque like shape effect for the shurikens. And then Dragon Blade would obviously be Shanks' katana. Not katana, sorry, saber. Colors. I think it'd be pretty cool skin. We don't have many skins of Genji where he's like, we have a couple, but like where he's not wearing his cybernetic suit. But I think it'd be cool. Give him red hair. He doesn't have any sense of red hair to my knowledge. Just can't think of any right now. Plus, you could have the cool like cape thing that Shanks wears. Very, very posh, very posh, yeah. I think it'd be cool. And once again, I just want to state, I do think Zoro fits better for him. It's just not fitting my theme that I'm going for here. For the next set, I'll be concluding this, the little Shanks section. And for the next one, I'll be focusing on my favorite character, Edward Newgate, or Whitebeard. This little section will be focused on Edward Newgate, aka Whitebeard, the strongest man in the world, and my favorite character in One Piece. I think there are some characters that fit. This will be for Reinhardt. I know Reinhardt's been getting a lot of skins lately, and it's a little much of an ass for this, but I've been wanting this skin for way before he got like 18 collab skins. But I want this still. It's my dream skin. There are characters in One Piece I think fit Whitebeard as well, but I actually think Whitebeard fits him. I think Whitebeard fits Reinhardt the most out of all of them. They both have that same stature, the same build, relative heights compared to other characters. They have their main weapon, of course, is a Reinhardt uses a hammer, while Whitebeard uses a Basinto or a Naginata, whatever you want to call it. Both big, long-range weapons. I think whenever Reinhardt uses his Earth Shatter with the skin, you can see like a little bubble around the tip of the Basinto blade. I think that'd be cool. I just think these two characters share a lot of. They're literally the perfect match. Like more so than the Junkrat Buggy, even I'd say. More so than Zoro Genji. I think these two have so much chemistry. There's a lot of things you can do with this skin. And personally, this is just my dream skin. It's a good way to wrap it up for this one. And I'll be moving on to the next one, which will be Blackbeard. We love Blackbeard. No, we don't. We hate Blackbeard. Alright. Thank you.
おめえらに俺の力だブラックホール闇闇の実の力これが
For this next little section will be focused on Marshall D. Teach, also known as Blackbeard, who I think would be a good fit for Roadhog because one reason is I think obviously they have a similar stature, very similar build, both like bigger, more hefty characters. I think another reason I picked this one, so I think Roadhog is an identity that is fulfilled by Blackbeard as well. Being one of his biggest identities is the chain hook, allowing him to pull people closer to him. While Blackbeard also does something very similar with his Dark Fruit and his ability called Dark Vertex, I believe it's called, which lets him pull people towards him with his powers. He also has the chain gun, which you could model after a flintlock, which Blackbeard also uses. Honestly, that's about it. It's a bit of a shorter one, but that portrays the points I wanted to get across pretty well. Alright, Blackbeard hater out. Next will be Big Mom. This little section will be for Charlotte Linlin, otherwise known as Big Mom. I think she would be a good fit for Junker Queen, honestly. and this will sound a little bit weird, but Big Mom has a form she brings out, or appearance she brings out whenever. I don't know how it quite works, but she gets skinnier. She gets a different form other than her big. She becomes more human-like. You could make Dragoon's Carnage into the Napoleon, the sword that Big Mom wears on her hat, or turns her hat into. I was thinking like Dragon Queen's old, whatever it's called, I forgot the name of it, when she raises her hand in the air to grab the magnets and then like rushes at you. You could do something with that. You could make when she grabs her hand in there, you could make her grab like Prometheus, and then charge at you Prometheus in her hand, and then change all the effects of the bleed into like fire-like effects. I think that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I think that gets a lot of my points across. I think given Junkie Queen doesn't really have many sins either. I think Big Mom and Junkie Queen would be a good fit together. They're both queens. They're both like the top dogs of their. They're both just top dogs. I think Junkie Queen would fuck with the idea of Big Mom, so that could be where that idea comes in as well. Yeah, that's about it. That'll be the end of this section. And we'll be moving on to the last, sorry, not the last section, but the next one will be for Kaido, King of the Beasts. I'll see you there in a couple seconds. This section will be focused on, as I mentioned at the end of the last one, Kaido, the King of the Beasts. I think the best fit for them, honorable mention, I will say Mount works, but I think Kaido and Hanzo have more similarities. They both have the same dragon tattoo on the same arm even. They both are very attuned to dragons, blue dragons even. They both use blue dragons as their power. Whenever Hanzo uses his ultimate, you could change the design of the dragons into Kaido's dragon form. I think they have a lot of similarities with each other too. They're not the most like. Hanzo isn't really a good aligned character either. He's a little on the shadier side as well. Maybe not to the same extent Kaido is, but they have the similarities. Obviously, Kaido uses a melee weapon, while Hanzo's a ranged fighter, but you could do something cool with a bow. Very easy to forget something how I feel. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, that's about it there, too. Also, they are both, this is true with a lot of One Piece characters, but they are both big fans of sake, alcohol. So, just another reason. Just throw it out there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I would like to add to that. I don't think so. I think I've got my point across pretty well. That'll be leading me to the next one and the final one, for real this time. The final Emperor of the Sea that we've seen in the story. None other than Monkey D. Luffy. Like I mentioned at the end of the last one, in the last section, this final bit will be focused around the newest Emperor of the Sea, Monkey D. Luffy. I think the only character that fits Luffy the best, and among the Overwatch roster, is Lucio. Why? Well, first of all, get all the main points out of the way, I'm gonna start with this one. Luffy was confirmed a while back in an interview. Whenever Oda did a little thing where he confirmed the nationalities of every Straw Hat, and Luffy was confirmed to be Brazilian, which Lucio also is. So that's point number one. They both have their very similar personalities. I would feel they're both very trigger happy, not trigger happy, just like they move around, they bounce around a lot. Lucio has the movement that the only movement in the game that I would feel is akin to Luffy's movement, being able to bounce around and jump around like that. While also, all the Lucios are able to utilize his potential as not a DPS hero, but like a DPS hero. Just kind of get in your face, be annoying, loop you around, kill you. I think he'd be a great fit for Luffy, who is more of a technical fighter than a tanky fighter, I would say. I do want to mention, I do specifically want his skin to be Gear 5 Lucio before we get into this. And yeah, I think that'll be like you can make like I think Lucio has like different sound effects for his gun, like the music. Maybe you can make the music the drums of liberation as well. I don't know. It's just some cool things, some food for thought. And that'll be it. I will that's it. That's it. See ya. Have a good day. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Feel free to like and subscribe if you liked this concept. And see ya. Thanks.